12:49, and I must admit I'm a day late on this, at least for the actual peak here. I got sidetracked with the storms around South Padre Island yesterday, but the Orion's meteor shower, technically the peak, the highest number should have been yesterday, but it still continues all the way through next week, just gradually starts to tail off. So you may see a few meteors over the next several nights. It gets a little bit better maybe because the skies will still be clear tonight and maybe part of tomorrow night, and the moon will be getting a little bit less bright in the sky. So get away from city lights where there's less light pollution, and get out there and look up. You might see a few meteors still streak by in the sky. Kind of look away from the moon if it's still out there in the sky part of the night. And best viewing though is up late, way past Dina's bedtime, midnight to 6 a.m. If you're out late at night or up in the morning before sunrise, again, you might see a meteor or two streak through the sky, especially kind of in about the southern half, from the middle part of the sky up above you toward the southern half of the sky might be a little bit better place to look. Temperature's not too bad though for being outdoors at night here. Nice and a little bit cool in the morning. Right now, temperatures back in the 80s in Brownsville and most of the valley. A little bit cooler weather to the north. It's in the 50s once you get into New Mexico and Colorado. No super cold air on the map, but some fairly cool stuff in the upper Midwest and northern plains where it's in the 40s and 50s right now. And some of this cooler weather is kind of getting its act together, and it will start to drop south with the next cold front, which will bring our cooler weather, maybe our coolest mornings of the season so far, by the time we get to Saturday morning and Sunday morning coming up. So here we are on Future Track. This is this afternoon. The front that went through yesterday is in the Gulf of Mexico, kind of slowing up and weakening, but still triggering a little bit of rain south of the valley in the areas of the western Gulf, but none of that coming back here yet. Notice by tonight we stay mainly clear. Tomorrow's a dry day as well during the day. Notice this moisture and the cloud cover and the green indicating the rain starting to just drift its way northward a little bit by the time we get to Thursday. So we could pick up more clouds on Thursday and a little bit better chance of showers and storms by morning, and more so by afternoon and evening as the front gets closer. This next front, again, a little stronger, some fairly cool air behind it, will move southward. It will still be warm here on Thursday, but late at night, we're talking early Friday morning mainly as we get toward like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. When most of you should be sleeping early Friday morning. The front should come in, then you'll feel a cooler north wind, some clouds around, maybe some showers early Friday morning. I think Friday, if it does dry out fairly quickly by afternoon, we may see a few breaks in the clouds. That could push temperatures back maybe to around 70 degrees or so. But if the clouds stay thicker longer, we may have trouble getting out of the 60s on Friday. But a definite cool down, cooler than today by far, and a little windier as well when that front passes. So some cooler weather for a change again. Now, if you're thinking long term, this is the outlook all the way through Halloween, the 27th through 31st, and most of the state forecast to be cooler than average when you factor in all those days and average them out. But the valley kind of right on the borderline here of where it goes from cooler than average to warmer than average chances. However, there was a cold front expected to probably roll in somewhere around about maybe October 30th, so the day before Halloween. So if you want maybe some cooler trick-or-treat weather, you might get lucky too, because once that front comes through, we should maybe push temperatures down a bit in time for Halloween, if everything stays on track. It's like 9 days away, so we got plenty of time to sit here and look at the forecast charts. If you're looking for rain, though, by far, you don't have to be an expert in bar graphs, but by far, Thursday is your best chance for rain. Not all day rain, but I think many areas, almost all areas, should see at least a few raindrops. Your better chance probably in the afternoon and evening and night on Thursday when the front gets closer, but a very small chance of a shower late tomorrow night after midnight, and then Thursday a better chance for rain. Some of this spills into Friday, although I think Friday, if you broke it down, is probably up through about noon. The morning hours could have your best chance of a shower, and then after that mainly dry weather the rest of the day. And Saturday and Sunday should be dry, but Friday just kind of keep an eye on rain chances. In the tropics, even though there are clusters of showers and storms out there in the western Gulf moving south, that's with the cold front, so nothing tropical out there. If you are going toward the coast, pretty good weather today. It's still a little breezy, so if you're in a small boat or something, you might want to take it easy. Small craft, exercise caution, but otherwise pretty good water temperatures to swim in still, and high tide was early this morning, low tide later this afternoon. So we will be tracking still some nice sunshine tomorrow at the coast and everywhere in your first 1-5 forecast here on Channel 5 News at noon.